Hello and welcome to a new video. In today's video we're going to take a look at the top teams for all cups. We're going to have here this weekend a GO Battle weekend, and this means you're going to be able to do for both of those days 20 sets each, 100 battles each day. There's going to be more rewards, you're going to get more starters, you're going to get other rewards as well, plus the Pokemon that you're going to encounter are going to have lower IVs, which are going to allow you to get like Pokemon with PvP IVs. There's going to be a video eventually on my channel towards it anyway as well, towards like what PvP IVs are and whatever. There's going to be a lot more guides coming towards my channel very soon, so definitely stay tuned for this. But yeah, generally you can get Pokemon with like 0 attack in 15-15 in the other sets, like for example like the Aegislash, which is usually very difficult to get. So it's an event that you want to play, and for this event we're going to have all 3 leagues available, which you generally have currently available already. And I kind of want to showcase here at least my top 3 teams that I would run in this meta. For the people who already saw the last top team video for the Great League teams are already in that as well. You can skip that part, but otherwise we can move into the video. Sorry for a little bit of a longer introduction here. Of course, if you enjoy these videos, I would really appreciate it if you could leave a like and subscribe. Helps me out a ton, and we can move on to team number 1. Again, this is going to be the Great League team is going to be from also my last video already, because yeah, it would be very weird for me to have teams in here that I don't put into the other team video. And yeah, if you want to see more Great League teams, there are 7 more that you can explore in that video. But anyway, we're going to take a look here be quick at one of the most common teams as well that you're going to see. Here we're going to have Gastron, Corviknight, Murkrow. Like, this is going to be a very good combination. I actually haven't seen Murkrow at all anymore, to the point where I kind of want to research on if this Pokemon actually still can do something, because actually I haven't really seen it at all. But we're going to have here basically a very common combination, and you can also reverse. You can have a Fly on the lead and double Mud Slapper in the back. Stuff like this is going to be very strong. Like, flying type Pokemon together with those ground type Pokemon are very strong in the current meta, as those are dominating. I like this combination though a little bit more than anything else because of Corviknight. Corviknight is a great save swap, and Corviknight is really good with a combination of a ground type in the lead, because you still have the ground type coverage as a fast move. So, for example, here your main objective is to try to get out something like a Bastion in order to counter them, and you can use your Corviknight in order to do so. And this is going to be kind of nice, because then in the end game, if you don't have a Bastion anymore against you, because Corviknight already baited out and still did some sort of damage against it with Payback and Sand Attack, Pokemon like even like a Charizard in the back can clean up the game, which is kind of how this team is supposed to function. Team number 2 is going to be, honestly, the team that surprised me the most, but was so good for me the last time I played it. It's going to be my old Legend team. This is my old Legend team from the preseason of GO Battle League, and it's so good now. We're going to have Swampert, non-shadow, needs to be non-shadow, by the way. I had Earthquake on it, he had Sludge, both of them are going to be fine. Earthquake, I think what I kind of more prefer though on this Pokemon for this team specifically. I don't think you need the Sludge at all. But yeah, we're going to have Jirachi here otherwise as our save swap, and we're going to have the Altaria in the back. And all 3 Pokemon are working super well together with each other. And again, I have a big video towards all of the Great League teams, I think, on my channel as well. I think not to the first one, but I have here, again, actually no, I have a video for the first one. This is Marok on the thumbnail from really early on in the season. But this is going to be a team, again, I have a video on. You should take a look at it. This team was absolutely amazing. Basically, Swampert, weak to only grass type moves. Jirachi can deal with it. Altaria can deal with it. Jirachi weak to ground type moves and fire type moves. Altaria can deal with it. Altaria being weak to ice type moves and fairy type moves. Jirachi can deal with it. And also Swampert is just generally very, very neutral. So you have a great core all together that all work really, really well together with each other. It's perfect. Like, again, yeah, this is a very good team, and I played this team really, really early on, and still very, very good. Or actually, now it's really good, because now there were a lot of move updates that helped it. Team number 3 is honestly my top team currently. This is my number 1 team for the current GO Battle League meta. If I would need to choose one team that I want to use for this meta and for the weekend, this would be my team. I would most likely be easily able to legend with this team on the weekend if I would play it for all my 40 sets total. It's so good. It is super, super strong. With Primeape. Primeape's main objective is 2 things. Either get energy and swap out into the Corviknight, or go for a close combat and then swap out into the Corviknight. Basically, the thing is here, Primeape's charge moves, Rage Fist, and close combat, there is no resistance in the meta. There's no Pokemon typing that can cover up Ghost and Fighting type moves. There is only one actually that can do that, but it's so squishy that it doesn't matter, which is going to be the Hisuian Zoroark. the rest is going to be able to get hit hard by this. There's not a single Pokemon that can take the hit. So as long as you're going to have energy on your primary map, you're going to be good because you're always going to be able to hit something. Corviknight is the most neutral Pokemon in the meta that can sponge up all the hits, and that's going to be able to just take on also the Pokemon that Primate doesn't want to face, like a Fairy-type Pokemon. In the back, we're going to have Stunfisk, which has to be the Unova Stunfisk here, kind of, in order to have like more coverage against Azumarill, which is one of the more difficult matchups there. Yeah, this is going to be also, again, kind of working out quite well for the team just to cover up the weaknesses, because it needs something for Dedenne, which otherwise can be a bit of an issue. And so, this team was fantastic. I have a video on this. I already have a short on it, and it was also in the last video for the Great League. It's my #1 team currently. That's also #1 team on PvPoke, and this was usually not what I agree with, but this is really, really a broken team. Next up is going to be my favorite team so far this season from the Ultra League. We have here the Steelix, the Shadow Gyarados, and the Armored Mewtwo. Of course, there's no Armored Mewtwo sprite in main series games. It's just a Pokemon Go thing. But it's a very tough Pokemon to get, so I understand that maybe a lot of people don't really have the option to get this Pokemon. The team itself works out really well. If you don't have Armored Mewtwo, I think you could run Cresselia in the back as well. It functions quite similarly, but it is not going to be the same. It's not going to be the same, but it's very close, at least. Like, if you don't have Armored Mewtwo, just go for Cresselia. I think it's going to be totally alright here for this team. Lead Steelix supposed to beat the Belly Bolt. I guess against Sucker Punch Belly Bolt, you maybe have a little bit of issues there. You can run Earthquake on it, which I think I did. I think I had Psychic Fangs Earthquake on it, which is most likely what makes more sense here. Gyarados is a Say-Swap, very, very nice and solid. And then Mewtwo in the back just worked out quite well. Of course, double coverage against Flying-type Pokemon in the back, which you kind of need for the Steelix there. Next up, team number 5 is going to be the Weezing. We're going to have the Zygarde, and we're going to have the Gastrodon. The Zygarde doesn't actually need to be here, and I actually do think that maybe even the Blastoise is the better Pokemon to run here. Blastoise is going to be able to bait out potential Grass-type Pokemon. Blastoise would be able to have Ice Beam as coverage move, which I would actually recommend for this team. And Blastoise is going to be able to, just not have the... I feel like there's some core breakers more towards the Zygarde and the Weezing core than it is with the Blastoise, but I still think that, again, while Blastoise is most likely on paper the better Pokemon, Zygarde is just so broken that I just kind of want to include it here. Like, I needed a team for Zygarde for this meta, and I think it's a really, really good team for Zygarde for this meta. But yeah, this is a very, very solid team. In the back, you have Gaston or the Rodriguez. Gaston is really, really broken in the Ultra League. Most likely the #1 Pokemon, in my opinion, to have right now, so definitely try to build one if you haven't yet. And the next one is going to be a little bit more cheaper. There has no XL Pokemon here. That's kind of more the objective here. Unless, of course, you want to go for the substitute Pokemon. But the main Pokemon are all community Pokemon as well. We have Empoleon, the Florges, as well as the Kommo-o. And those actually work really well together. The weakness here, apparently, is the Moltres, which you can beat with Florges and Empoleon in theory as well. Or the Empoleon itself, where you have your own Empoleon and you have Kommo-o with upper hand. So I don't think there's really a weakness for this team. They're all kind of working out quite well together. They're all community Pokemon. You have water type coverage in lead and water type coverage in the Say-Swap. So like, even if you're going to bait out something there, you're going to be fine and still have, of course, that chilling water. You have good coverage against Fairy type Pokemon Elite, which is needed in this meta because of Florges. There's a lot that just goes for this team. Next up, we're going to have team number 7, where we're going to have a Master League team that is also without any legendaries. This is the best team without legendary Pokemon that you can run currently, which is Rhyperior, Florges, and Togekiss here. This is going to be the best way of playing it. I actually do like Rhyperior with Superpower. I think it might be the better move to go for than Breaking Type. I would change this if I was you. Breaking Type is recommended, that's why I have it in here, but that's kind of up to you there. I don't even know, I'm not too sure if I would go for Trailblaze on the Florges, by the way, even here, which is kind of funny as well. This is recommended as well on the Florges for this meta. I would rather go ahead and go for the Moonblast in order to have some more significant damage. Otherwise, Florges is going to be like the Say-Swap here in order to bait out potential like Steel-type Pokemon. They can still at least hit with the Trailblaze with the Chilling Water in order to drop the attack and make them kind of weaker for Rhyperior, and then try to sweep NK with Togekiss. That's kind of the idea behind it. I'm not too sure if Metagross is that common that it's really an issue here, but this is going to be the best no legendary team, which is my objectives for this team. Next up, we're going to have more of a interesting legendary team. Zekrom was actually a Pokemon that you kind of should take a look at. Zekrom was a really, really good Pokemon now with the update to the Dragon Breath, because you're going to get to the Fusion Bolt so insanely fast, and you do a lot of damage with that. We have Zamazenta lead, we have the Zekrom Say-Stop, and the Kyogre on the back, which are all kind of cool. Kyogre is here mainly for, of course, the Fire-type Pokemon that you can completely counter with it, as well as you're going to be able to do some quite well against like Zacian Zamazenta, as you're going to be able to resist the fast move. And that's going to be a solid Master League team. I actually haven't played Master League yet at all this season. I don't know what I'm gonna do, maybe in the last week, but this is going to be it for this one here. Next up, we're going to have team number 9, which is going to be the Ho-Old, the Dialga, and the Palkia. Those all are going to be basically one of the classic teams there. Like, it's literally something that has been working the entire time. Now Dialga and Palkia both got buffed this season, which just makes them stronger. Yeah, this is going to be a very solid team to join. There's not really a lot that I have to say. Dialga, as you say so, Ho in the lead, Ho is beating the Fairy-type Pokemon, Dialga is baiting out the Fairy-type Pokemon, Palkia is there at the end to sweep endgame. That's how the team works. This is kind of a very simple team here, and this is going to be also it for the video. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, feel free to leave a like, and I will see you then. Bye-bye.